If you say so. Thank you so much. I guess today's just a really bad day.
That's so weird. Why is everyone we run into today having trouble remembering stuff?
ये तो पता करने वाली बात है। ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है?
I'm not sure how to say it, but
Once you live long enough, you'll eventually... Let's bring the ingredients.
stand with me.
ये क्या हो रहा है?
Me alone and don't make
ओ भाई मेरे को लगा ये एनिमी कहाँ से आ गए इसके घर पे। फिर पता चला हम तो घर तक पहुंचे ही नहीं है अभी। हाँ जी मैडम जी, क्या हो गया?
You're finally...
Oh, yeah, we ran into some...
All right. As long as everything's okay now. Whoa, there's so much tasty food! They were all pretty simple dishes to make. Don't be shy. Dig it. What? Paimon can't reach that dish! Could you give Paimon some?
Ooh, yeah. Can I get another...
You're done already? Do you even chew when you're eating?
Of course! Didn't I say that I trip? I'll have just one more fish and leave the rest for Nechka.
It's okay. Her body is too weak to digest these kinds of things. I'll just make some... Oh no. But Paimon thought she'd already recovered from... Injuries caused by the abyss cannot be undone. The doctor... But it's okay. Nechka can talk to me now and can even hold my hand, even if she will never again know that... The doctor said the abyss has had an irreversible effect on Nechka's soul. The doctor also said this sort of memory loss isn't like simply forgetting something. Rather, she can no longer remember anything from before. Huh? You know about the woven scrolls that the Masters of the Night Wind use to record things, right? Well, generally speaking, forgetting things is like when the woven scrolls would gradually start to fade. As long as you repaint and weave the threads again, the faded memories will... But the case of Nechka's memory loss is as if her woven scroll had been cut in two, and the portion of the past, the books she loved to read, the flowers she took joy to grow, and the time she spent in this house were all cut off by the abyss. And as one example of that, Nechka now only sees me as a strange, unfamiliar auntie who claims to be her... She's a good kid, and doesn't want to upset this late, but I've always had a feeling that she's constantly wondering about things like, Nechka really has no idea that her real mother is right in front...
So, you plan on recreating Nechka's woven scroll?
What do you mean?
Or should I say, you've already started reweaving that scroll long ago. The delivery guys. I saw it hanging from his waist, so I asked to borrow it from... Don't worry, I'll return the inscription to him once we've figured everything out. These things aren't...
When did you know?
Yeah, I noticed it back when Blaze Gem inscriptions... It was then that I also noticed that everyone wearing Blaze Gem inscriptions had very... Traveler, you've picked up on it too, haven't... Accessories made using ancient names forging techniques. For what's only supposed to be a pretty souvenir, this inscription contains a phlogiston engraving with a truly overkill level of complexity. The shapes and patterns of these engravings are also identical to that of an ancient name. By making just a few slight adjustments to the layout and connections of the main pattern, you can pretty much qualify this Blaze Gem inscription as a bona fide ancient name. And yet, you've never told anyone about these engravings in the Blaze Gem inscriptions that can be activated at any time. Am I right, Auntie?
I knew you were a sharp one. That's right. I have a way to cure I want to forge an ancient name for Nechka that contains all of her past memories.
And the reason they must be approved by the WIAB is because the memories they bear are all stored. Extracting those memories from the ley lines requires the... But your plan wouldn't need you to do any of that. Right, Auntie? Your Blaze Gem inscriptions will help you complete that part of your plan in the ley line's place. You will use the inscriptions to form a massive memory bank for Nechka. And the ancient names you're trying to forge will be used to extract corresponding memories from the memory bank.
A memory bank?
सही बताओ तो ये सब मेरे
Right, so the
सर
reason
के
all
ऊपर
those
से
people
जा
are
रहा
having
है
trouble
मोस्टली
remembering stuff is because the Blaze Gem inscriptions took away any memories related to Nechka?
Using other people's memories of Nechka to reconstruct her past? This is...
You've seen through my plans, Shiloni.
अच्छा
You're as outstanding
थोड़ा सा
as
समझ
ever.
आया मेरे को
Far more brilliant than me. I intend to use this method to collate all the memories related to Nechka and allow her to regain her past.
But wouldn't extracting memories like that hurt the...
Not at all. Every time a Blaze Gem inscription extracts memories, the process is under my precise control. That way, this is the central inscription that controls all, which will also soon serve as Nechka.
You made all of this yourself, Tlasoli?
Yes. It was lots and lots of work. You saw it yourself. I nearly fainted just from I could collapse tomorrow. Or even in the next few moments. But Nechka's ancient name is still... I've solved the issue of storing memories. But I still don't know how to connect Nechka up to this...
I thought you just modify your own.
I considered it, but this matter doesn't have anything to do with my... It's of no help to me, and I don't need its help now.
You know the price to pay for making something like this.
Yes, I do. But as long as I can get my Nechka back. Otherwise, Nechka won't have any chance of reclaiming her past once I'm dead and gone. She won't remember me, and she won't even remember why her name is... When that time comes, she'll be left to drift around the world all alone, unknowing of where she came from. She is my daughter, the one to whom I gave the Nechka name. Whether it be as her mother, or as a name engraver, I can't simply stand by and let her name disappear.
Shilonin?
I'll take the central inscription with. I'm going to completely disassemble it to confirm its components, and I won't make any promises until I've checked. Say goodnight to Nechka for me, Auntie.
Oh, wait. I've also finished the inscriptions for the Traveler in Paimon. I'm sorry it took me so long to
Hold on, Auntie. The Traveler and Paimon have never met Nechka before, so you can't draw any memories from that.
That wasn't my intention. They're just ordinary gifts. Nechka must have woken up and wants to get out of bed on her own. Nechka, don't try to get out of bed.
You go ahead and take care of Nechka, Auntie. Let's go, Traveler and
बातें कुछ कहीं सी कुछ सुनी
Let's head back to the tribe first.
होने
There's some things I need to
लगी
get from...
काबू दिल पे रहा है कशी हमारी
Disassembling the central inscription? It's not going to be easy. You two can wait outside for a moment. I just need to go in and grab some... Oh, yeah, that's not really what I mean. It's not the mess. It's just that the workshop is cluttered with weight. Everything's piled up to this. Kachina suffered quite an unfortunate series of events the last time she went inside. Well, I suppose it was my fault for being so focused on searching for information. After entering the workshop, she was shocked to find herself face to face with a massive woven scroll from the Masters of the Nightwind, and then she turned around and knocked over. She tried to step out of the way, but tripped on a poster tube that was behind her, and then boom! The forging blueprints came crashing.
Oh no!
She's lucky I noticed in time. I found Kachina in a daze and managed to save her before an entire set of the history of the Children of Echoes was about to bury her. Ever since then, Kachina always waits outside the door and doesn't dare take a step in whenever she comes to see me.
Yeah, you're an artisan and craftswoman after all. We thought there would be weapons and armor, but it seems more like a lot.
Well, my primary work is forging ancient names, which is much trickier than making swords and tools. Aside from the necessary craftsmanship, I also need to consult many ancient texts. You probably already know that each ancient name represents
और
a certain
कितना बचा
spirit,
होगा ये any idea
behind
किसी
which
को
are countless related stories to support it. In other words, the essence of an ancient name is the physical manifestation of a certain and as a name engraver, When I'm working on a new ancient name, I'm not only trying to give it but more importantly, I'm also trying to understand the spirit contained. And to do that, I have to collect as many related stories as possible. But, as you might know, people tend to add a lot of extraneous details when it comes to stories about themselves. For stories that have been clearly exaggerated or altered, I must gather other related stories and information as cross-reference. This way, I can filter out all the absurd and exaggerated details and restore the
As
person's
far as
life
I
to its
remember,
true
30 to
nature.
40
Only
minutes.
in true stories can you
चलो
find
उतना
that,
तो शायद
and
मैं
this
बैठ
is the
सकता
only
हूँ,
way for
देखते
the
हैं.
spirit to become an ancient name.
We've heard about the concept behind ancient names before, but after hearing you explain the details...
Well, no matter how powerful ancient names could be, they would never be able to suddenly turn into a blade or allow you to smash through an entire... It's just a form of spiritual power that's passed down from generation to generation. Well, take from the moment you appeared in this world, some person had already prepared a blessing, and that person then condensed this blessing into... It may feel like the moment you received your name is already in the past, but it will always stay with you and move with you in the future. Names are blessings for the future from people standing in the past. Well, that's what Auntie once told me. And with this blessing, people will become more confident as they walk into their future. To put it another way, it's like having a lamp in your hand as you walk through the dark...
Oh, Paimon gets that.
अरे
So
मतलब
if
गाइडेंस
you're
है
walking
कुछ
in the
यार.
dark,
ठीक
but
है,
if
चलो.
someone else is walking with you, then it won't be nearly as scary. And the traveler... Oh, Paimon sure many wish they could be in your shoes, traveler. Paimon's always flying. Of course it gets tiring. But we're getting off topic. We can talk about that later.
Anyway, this is what Clisoli told me when I was training as a name engraver. And to be honest, I've only understood 20% of what she said at most.
But doesn't that mean you basically...
Well, that's not entirely true. Auntie and I have at least come to a consensus on the most important... you know what? I am sick of talking. We can talk about all of this later. Please, wait a moment while I grab my things.
I will lurk around time to have dinner. Same भाई, मैं भी बस ये खत्म करके डिनर ही करना चाह रहा हूँ. मैं भी लर्क ही कर रहा हूँ स्टोरी में.
Did you hear a whole section of something collapse in there just now?
It's fine, it's fine. It was just a bunch of very old ancient names. I kept this set of phlogiston wedges in the back, so it wasn't easy to take out. I had to resort to... Come on, let's go disassemble the central inscription.
Sounds good to me.
अबे डिप्लॉय नहीं दबाया मैंने यार.
All right. Here we are. This is the place.
This cliff is pretty high. What are we going to do here? Are we going to climb to the very top and then throw this in...
I'm going to use phlogiston to make an engraving circle on the cliff wall. Now let me see if this thing can even turn on. I was still an apprentice before we attempt to engrave the inside pattern of an ancient name with phlogiston. We always use this to draw out the only after we've confirmed that phlogiston can flow properly through the internal... If we want to dismantle the central inscription in a non-destructive manner, we'll have to use this thing.
Oh, so you'll be able to see what...
For the most part. If it were just an ordinary unfinished ancient name piece, I'd just take it apart and pour phlogiston. But since it's a central inscription, it would be better not to destroy the blessing that Auntie has prepared for Nichka.
So, Shilonen, does this central inscription fall under the 20% you understand about ancient names? Or the other 80% you don't understand?
Oh, don't worry. As I said, Auntie and I share an understanding, which is names are intrinsically only by having names can things be sorted and categorized. For example, when I order ore, I would usually say I need volcanic crystals of about 35% purity and no more than 3% of impurity. Without specific names, I would only be able to go to the ore merchant and say, I want this and this. No, this isn't it. That one. No, not that one either. Yeah, you see, names are a crucial part of how we standardize our workflow. Yes, because forging ancient names. As for the question of why it's important, as long as it does not affect your ability. After all, creating an ancient name is. Well, let me break it down even further. We're not in the tribe right now anyway. Essentially, by forging ancient, giving someone a name is a subjective expression. You just need to express your hope, but giving someone a nickname is a much more objective expression.
भाई कितनी बकवास करेंगे निकनेम पे यार चलो.
Nicknames aren't descriptive enough, so the best I can do is gather all the information I could and try to come up with the most fitting. Even a minor mistake in the process could cause people to misunderstand the nickname. For a name engraver such as myself, such
भाई
mistakes would be considered a major
50
blunder.
मिनट हो गए हमें 50-40 मिनट इसमें.
Paimon isn't trying to come up with a nickname for Shilonen.
मैंने टाइम देखा था 9:50 कुछ हो रहा था अब 10:30 हो रहा है.
Phew, now I'm curious. Of course, this is also my line of work, you know.
A nickname? Shilonen. Well, she uses phlogiston to forge weapons and make names for
Yeah, not bad, not bad. But you should keep observing my work, Paimon. Maybe I'll. Right, okay. Time to make like a smith and start. Adjust the inclination by 2 degrees. Stop. The error margin is within an acceptable amount, but I'll extend the inscription link a little more just to be safe. I'll leave some space here. When the linked engravings are activated, the inscriptions here will overlap with each other. There! That should complete the flow.
Amazing, Shilonen! You were running all over that cliff as if it was flat ground!
Oh no, it doesn't have anything to do with my tribe. It's just the phlogiston adhesive I have on my... But after all that running around, I'll have to infuse them with more phlogiston again. Huh, more or less. Yeah, I can show them to you when we... let me see. Start with...
I think और थोड़ा सा ही बचा होगा.
Central inscription. So are you done checking the inscription, Shilonen? How does it look?
I didn't find any anomalies in the phlogiston engraving. All the adjustments are indeed based on ancient name engraving technique.
That means we can...
Well...
Paimon will cover her ears after the good news.
Well, even if you cover your ears, the issue will still continue to exist. But, you know, what are your thoughts on absorbing memories? I knew you felt the same way. It's, hard to... By herself, Auntie can't handle that level and...
Accomplice.
Well, here's... From a purely objective standpoint, we can consider that possibility. The bad news is, there's still an underlying problem with this blaze... I believe I've mentioned this before. Ancient names operate with the help of the WIAB, granting them the power to read information. In this process, the WIAB actually function like relays, helping the ancient name bearer sense the information. If you remove the WIAB from the process and don't use any tools, then finding trying to scoop up a specific grain of sand from a rushing river. Yeah, exactly. Anyone who attempts to do so will likely lose most of their cognitive function or become a babbling madman who talks to themselves all day long. Now, let's consider there's no way Auntie would let Nechka plunge into the river of... And considering that Nechka has forgotten all of her past, she'll be only Aunt Felisoli can help her filter the correct memory. So, if my hypothesis is correct, Auntie is actually planning on turning herself into Nechka's wife. In an ideal world, This would be perfectly fine, as long as every extracted memory is correct. And I also believe that there won't be any mistakes, but Auntie is not a YUB. Her body won't be able to handle the load for long.
How can we solve this problem?
Names are blessings for the future from people I've also made it my...
What's the hurry?
All right.
लेकिन नाटलैंड के कैरेक्टर्स से एक्सप्लोरेशन काफ़ी इजी है नाटलैंड में.
Shilonen. It look.
Yes, here's some research that I've done. You can reference it to modify the way the central inscription. I'll also help you continue working on the Blaze Gem inscriptions. The memories that can be absorbed by the inscription will be limited solely to Nichka's past. If you attempt to extract any memories beyond this scope, then I'll consider that as committing a after the memory bank is constructed. The Blaze Gem inscriptions absorb.
I accept. Thank you, Shilonen. Using technology.
Yes, but once this is all over, you must come with...
That's fine. I'm willing to accept.
All right, let's clear off the table and come up with a plan. I need some time to consider how to let Nichka control the Blaze Gem inscription on her own.
How could I just hand her a birthday present that you specially brought? I've picked out a box and packaged it up. Wait till her birthday and then bring it to...
No, it's just an old book.
इतनी तेज आवाज कैसे आ रही है?
Oh, is Nichka up again? But what was all that noise? Uh-oh, that's not...
Nichka, don't hurt yourself.
Shilonen is... your...
How many times have I told you? Don't get out of bed on your own.
Hello, Nichka.
Thank you for the book. I've already read it. You've already read it? But didn't Tlasoli pack it?
No, she's all mixed up. The one she read isn't from Shilonen. A few days ago, she told me she wanted a book. I know nothing about these kinds of books, so I had no choice but to go to the I eventually found one and bought it for her. I put it soon after. She suddenly developed a fever. I was so busy taking care of her.
Auntie, do you know which version of the book?
Which version? The shopkeeper said it was the one with the... Oh, it's all my fault. You wasted your...
Oh, it's all right. It's just a book. As long as Nichka enjoys...
Oh, right, Nichka probably... You're Paimon and Mr. Traveler. Oh, seems like everyone knows who we are now.
Yeah, Nichka seems to be doing...
Take her for a walk. But considering her condition, I don't think she...
Oh, don't worry, Auntie. She'll be safe. We won't leave the tribe, and if anything comes up, we'll be sure to... Besides, it's her birthday in a few days, and we need to go to the tribe to... What do you think, Auntie?
I promise I'll be good, Mom. Didn't you say before that I...
All right. I also happen to have a few repaired Blaze Gem inscriptions that I need to get back to the tribe. Wait for a moment. I'll go...
Talk about being prepared.
It doesn't hurt to be prepared. Okay, let's go. Please be good now, Nichka. Don't cause any...
Oh, you can let me carry these. And don't be a stranger, Nichka. Feel free to tell us anything.
Yeah! It's not often you get to go out to play, so just have fun. Everything will be fine. Okay, thanks everyone. And please don't... I'll be good.
Let's go look for Ikno. I've had her Blaze Gem inscription for a while now.
टेलीपोर्ट ले लेते हैं भाई. इतना चलने से अच्छा तो टीपी ले लेना.
Tosoli would bring. Oh, she seems to be doing much better now. She's even out and about. I'm sure it won't be long before she'll be playing.
I hope so. Here, Igno. This is your inscription.
Oh, thank you for bringing it back for me. I remember that Nechka would become so happy every time she saw.
I'm sure she'd love that.
My pleasure.
Oh, I can make the jewelry for her. But,
I would like...
Something shaped like an ember core flower would be nice. She was always asking me before to make her an
noted. I'll make that. Sorry, Nechka. It won't be a surprise.
That's okay.
Found it! Sorry to keep you waiting. By the way, Nechka, feel free to write to me if you ever want to know more. Well, I was shocked last time when you wrote me out of the blue asking for a volcano.
Sorry about that. She can hardly contain her curiosity now that she started to... She's still too weak to go out whenever she wants, so... She begs me every day to help her.
That's how you know she's one of the children of Echo.
Everything's looking up! Oh, we're just like the main character in the new version of Tequila the Brave. According to the story, we should be right around... Tequila prayed to the goddess of mountains and fire. Let my brother's name ever live on. I am willing to sacrifice my heart, and the goddess replied, I've heard your prayer, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name has sunken into the...
Then Tequila said, turn my blood to fire so my heart may illumine...
Oh, you remembered that whole line, Nechka? Paimon remembers that's exactly what the book... Paimon finished both books in one sitting. A lot of their content is nearly the same, so it's easy to get mixed. But the ending in the older version is more interesting. Even if... Oh, wait. Nechka hasn't read the other ending. It's okay. Just wait a...
That's not true.
You already know the other ending? But didn't you only read the edition?
Hey, what are you all chatting about
Huh? Mom. Mr. we were just talking about how the bad guy was defeated and everyone returned home safely. It's a really happy ending.
Aren't happy endings always nice? But if you already read the whole thing, then what will Mom have to read to you? I guess you'll have to go to bed early tonight. But I'll buy you some more fairy tales next time, okay?
Okay, Mom.
It's pretty good quality. I'll be able to give Nechka a beautiful and... But, you know, for now, let's focus on
Next, let's visit a pie. Stay close, Nate.
Yes, Mom.
यार एक मैंने मूवी देखी थी सिमिलर टाइप की लग रही है मुझे
Why do my eyebrows keep twitching today?
That means you're about to hit the jackpot, Apashpalan.
I didn't What are you looking to buy, Tlaza?
Whoa! Offering a discount just like that?
She was once our name engraver and did a lot for the tribe. It's only...
Thank you for your generosity. Come on, Nechka.
Thank you
Oh, so this is Nechka. Tlazoli has shown me some pictures. It looks like you're doing much better now. How about this? Go ahead and pick anything you'd like.
No, that's all right. Mom told me that you've already given a...
Oh, well, that was for your family. I've never given anything just for you. If you don't feel like it, you can also let your mom.
Oh, no need to stand on ceremony, Auntie. Go ahead and pick... His drills and small clamps are good quality. The measurements of each part are exact, and I always come here to buy things. Oh, do you have any child-friendly safe...
I have a few in stock, but I put them in the back. Let me...
Oh, no need to bring them all the way here. Why don't we just go in the back and choose?
I don't know much about that kind of scissors. Why don't you just go
Well, there are too many different designs and varieties of kid scissors. If you don't come and help me choose, I won't... Come on, Auntie.
And there goes Shalone and dragging Tlazoli off to buy more stuff. Oh, what a busy day.
I won't run off.
Paimon's favorite? Tequila, of course. He went through... In the old version of the story, he was never able to reunite with his family, but he was still really strong and fought as best as he could. What about you, Nechka? Oh, the one who was possessed by Kuatlique, but never forgot his brother Tequila. If it wasn't for his determination, both he and his brother would have been defeated by Kuatlique in the final battle. Of course! A story Nechka. Why don't we play pretend? You can be Rima, and
Mr. Traveler?
But isn't she the villain? In the old version, she even ate Reebok and took on his appearance. Ah, right. She read the version with a happy ending. And that one, well, it doesn't matter. Only the lines at the end were different. You can go on ahead and say your favorite lines, Nechka.
My favorite line is the one from...
Come here, Nechka. Look at you.
Mom!
Let me wipe your forehead. Now, drink some water. This child. You forget everything as...
We've picked something up for Nechka. A Byte plan will deliver it to Auntie's house once he...
Oh, we were just about to get to the exciting part. Really? Oh, now that Paimon thinks about it, Shilonen has dragged Tlasoli away from us a couple of times now.
Let's talk later. Oh, we should head to our last stop, Auntie.
Right. Let's go see Chevin and head back.
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है बाबा, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है। कहीं नहीं जाना था लॉल।
I finished repairing your Blaze Gem inscription, Chevin. I've also reinforced it, so it should...
Thank you. How about the...
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss...
It's fine. Honestly, you're...
I was wondering where you got the ore for such a large-scale Blaze Gem inscription. So you must be one of Auntie...
Oh, Shilonen.
We already know what's going on.
You had me worried there. I thought we'd been found out. To be honest, I won't be able to cover it up for much longer. I've been traveling away from home every few days, and the ore reserves... The last time Pubg came and asked me about it, I could only say that I'd been using up a lot of ore to research new styles of jewelry. As for why I had been leaving so often, I said that I'd... Sorry. I've been talking my head off. Please...
Sure, we can...
Miss Chevin? Can I go see some of the jewelry over there?
You mean Amisha's work? Sure, go ahead. Remember to stay in the shade as much...
Paimon wants to go too! We'll go together. Paimon hasn't looked at Natlan's jewelry very... Really? Then Paimon's gonna take a...
You haven't bought any jewelry for a while, Auntie. Why don't you pick one out?
Come on, Nechka! We don't know anything about Natlan's jewelry, so you can help us...
Mr. Traveler,
Come here, Nechka.
Huh?
Sorry, Chevin and Shilonen, but it's already getting late. It'll be Nechka's birthday in a few days, and there's...
No problem. I'll be sure to bring her...
Mom,
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है भाई, क्या चल रहा है?
You're getting hot again. Here, Mom will carry you. You forget to take care of yourself once you stop playing. Nechka, I never taught you to...
Nechka's looking at us. Paimon feels like something's not right.
No, Nechka was having so much fun today that she forgot the time. Let me help carry her home. I'm worried you would also have to recover if...
No, it's fine. Let's go, Nechka. It's time to go.
Oof. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है भाई, कुछ तो ऐसा है जो ये बता नहीं रही हमें।
Thank you, everyone, for spending... Please be sure to come to Nechka's birthday party. All right. It's nearly bedtime for Nechka.
Oh, Auntie, remember to give her the book, that copy of To Kill the Brave I brought.
I understand. Really, do you think I'd let your efforts... It's very special to receive a book from you. I'm sure she...
yeah.
Oh, put it somewhere? Isn't she going to...
Well, I've read the story to her many times already. She's even
No, that won't be a problem, Auntie. Nechka's probably never heard this version of...
Oh. What's different?
The majority is about the same, but the ending is different from the one that The one I gave her is the unedited version. It was released long before Nechka...
Oh, but I remember you were never very interested in fairy...
Huh. Well, I was just thinking that if what you said about Nachika's illness is true, she shouldn't be able to remember anything. So, the ending to the original version of To Kill the Brave is also part of the past that in other words, if she hasn't recently read the old version of the story, then she shouldn't possibly know.
I don't understand. Why are you so concerned about the ending of this book? Even if she does remember the ending, what does that— Maybe she snuck out somewhere when I wasn't watching and read the first edition of—
Yeah, okay, that is a possibility. After all, she does remember things that have happened in which case, yeah, let's go ask around the tribe and see if anyone remembers Nachika. There are only a few shops in the tribe that sell books, or we can just ask Nachika where
The booksellers all have inscriptions, so there's a chance that their memory—
So, you admit that the inscriptions can affect the tribe's current memory? I was very clear that I would consider that a crime and would stop all work.
There must be a few more books at home.
I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit.
I beg your pardon?
Nachika, where did you read that book?
Go home, Nachika. Are you disobeying?
You're the one who wrote me the letter, Nachika. You're the one who wanted the book. Only you can speak for yourself. We're listening, Nachika. Right here.
Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have—
Silence.
That's the line from the old ending.
I know everything. Shalonen, help me, please.
Something's blocking the door.
Get back!
Shalonen, wait for us.
The tunnel is blocked. We can't go in.
Whoa. What are all those things on Nachika?
It seems Auntie put all the extra inscriptions she made here. If she's trying to finish that ancient name, there's only one place.
करना क्या चाह रही है भाई ये? ऐसी कोई लड़ाई तो होने नहीं वाली, इसी से काम हो जाएगा हमारा, जहाँ तक मुझे लग रहा है।
What is this place?
Auntie's workshop. It was supposedly closed after she stepped down from her position in the tribe. But it appears that we've all been deceived.
Why are there people up ahead?
If you're up to shady business, you have to hire shady people to help you. Let's go, don't hesitate! That was quick. Bring it!
साइडवेज जाना बड़ा पापा है इसमें।
Come on, show me your courage.
Oh, so sorry.
Turn around.
Quietly now.
One with
Forget it.
What's the hurry? Freeze!
Bring it!
Let's finish this fast. Things are about to get dicey.
Stick around.
Hear the echoes of the valley!
As one with wind and cloud. Frostbite. Busted.
Bring it!
Dodge this. Gotcha.
Yes, you are.
The door is closed here too. Where should we go now?
The transport system seems to still be functioning. Let's go look for the controls and get this cart running again. Maybe it can take us further inside. All right, let's keep going.
इतना भावुक क्यों हो जाते हैं ये लोग? अच्छा वो टाइमिंग के साथ करना है, ओके। अबे गिर गए तो क्या हो गया यार, हद हो गई बिल्कुल। लावा में कूदने जा रही थी, अरे हाँ वही तो। और गिर गए तो उससे क्या फर्क पड़ गया? मैं वापस क्लाइम तो कर ही सकते हैं। ये साइडवेज जाना बड़ा दिक्कत है इसमें। सीधा सीधा जाना वैसे बढ़िया है। फिर वही बकवास। क्या भाई, ये बड़ा घटिया चीज है, ये फालतू में इतना ड्रामा करते हैं लोग। ऐसे कर रहे हैं जैसे पता नहीं कहाँ हम कितने टफ एनवायरनमेंट में से निकल रहे हैं बार बार।
You got here quick.
Nechka's up there! What are you planning to do to her?
I never lied to you all this time, even though she's not my daughter yet. But once everything is over, she will.
What is she saying? Is she not Nechka?
So you figured it out. I want to use memories to awaken my
क्या
She
क्या
has
चल
stayed
रहा है?
in the Night Kingdom for far too long. She's afraid of the dark, and I'm the one who made her stay there alone. So don't worry, Nechka. Mom hasn't forgotten anything. She has always remembered your name.
Then, who's that girl?
She's a child from my tribe. Her parents were killed in the same abyss attack. But wouldn't you know it, her birthday is the same as that of my. I raised her and took care of her for many years. I thought that taking her in, I was so happy the first time she was willing to call me mom. But then
हाँ जल्दी करो ये लास्ट
suddenly
चीज़ है
felt
बस जो मैं कर रहा हूँ.
very scared. Is she really my child? My child's name is Nechka. It could only be Nechka. How could I be happy?
क्या हो रहा है
My
ये
little
पागल
Nechka
क्यों हो
is
रही
still
है?
waiting for me. As I said, I only want to bring Nechka back, even if it. And now, the time has come for me to pay. As for my useless ancient name, if you're not willing to help me, then you can become the fuel for Nechka's ancient name. Shilonen, you have yet to make a move. I take it you're examining the inscriptions around you. It's no use. I've already set up the blaze gem inscriptions, and the engraving diagram has already begun. It's all thanks to your ideas. Now, the central inscription will finally become Nechka's. After Nechka returns, I'll make sure to invite you to her birthday party.
You're not gonna go up there, are you?
There's a flaw in this engraving diagram. The weak point is almost about to activate. So
Don't worry, Nechka. Don't worry.
3,
Mom will always be with you.
2,
Wake up, Nechka.
1.
कटसीन है कोई?
It's alright. It's alright. You'll see Mommy soon. Nechka.
Keep back. Those are distorted thoughts. And the mists are the thoughts' twisted cries. If you become tainted by them, they will control you, and you'll never be free again.
ओह तो ये भी किसी की कंट्रोल में है.
I don't want medicine. It hurts. It hurts. Why am I alone?
Nechka, why?
No more medicine. Will you stay with me forever? Please never leave me again.
क्या चल रहा है भाई?
Telasoli, you're the one who twisted Nechka's name into a shackling prison. It's time for you to hear her true voice. Stone engraved and echoing peaks. Converge, disperse. In ashes be reborn. For flames born anew, and the blazing dawn.
Mommy will be with you. Nechka. Always. And forever.
Mommy, I've always been with you. And now you're finally listening to me. The old births the new, as flowers shield the roots, so life ever cycles until we return to the land.
मकलूल cringe writing.
We've known each other a while, but we've never met. You're Nechka? Yes, but I still don't know your name. My name's Napeka. It really suits you. Rebecca, I bless you from the past and wish that every day of your future will be filled with peace and happiness.
रेंज तो हो गया ये काफी, लेकिन चलता है इतना ठीक ठाक है, मतलब ऐसे नहीं, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है। इससे ज्यादा भी ये बना सकते थे इसको।
I saw Nechka and was speaking with her, but now, where? Nechka? Nechka, Shilonen. You saw her too, didn't you? I felt her hands and hugged her. I was right. I was right. Those gray shadows were just
हो
a
गया,
minor
जल्दी
mistake.
जल्दी जल्दी
I just
जल्दी।
need to restart the ritual again.
Have you still not come to your senses, Auntie?
What senses? I was not wrong. Nothing about what happened was wrong. She's just a little upset and was trying to ignore me. That child sure knows how to throw a tantrum. But
Enough, Tlasoli! The person you summoned with the Blaze Gem inscription wasn't the real Nechka. You collected memories of Nechka from countless people, but you forgot one. Among what you gathered were not only real memories, but also countless emotions. Didn't you realize what kind of emotions people would feel upon seeing Nechka's condition? When people held a dying child's hand, when they felt her faint breath and saw the helplessness in her eyes, when they sensed her body growing colder, what could they feel but abject pain and sorrow? You absorbed those emotions into the Blaze Gem inscriptions and solidified them as a piece of her past. Those gray figures were projections of that past. They could only reproduce the appearance of Nechka in her sickly state. What the real Nechka wished to say was drowned out by those twisted and painful thoughts.
I didn't want things to turn out like this.
Nechka has always been. Everything has long been recorded on your ancient name. The one you said was you exhausted every option and sacrificed everything in the hopes of saving your daughter. But have you forgotten the true meaning of
My ancient name?
the immovable love between you and Nechka has already been recorded in your ancient name, but names are blessings from the past to the future. You told me that, Aunt. You gave Nechka her name. But now, you've turned her name into a prison by taking an innocent child captive.
Nechka is everything to me. Without end, as for blessings. What blessings have I had since the day she passed? I see her in my dreams every day, grasping my hand, telling me, but I can't say anything. I can't grasp her hand. All I can do is shout her name every day. Every single day, I've hated myself, and ancient names too. Who knows? Maybe hate would have been the only thing.
You think Nechka would have... Auntie, do you still remember the last words Nechka ever said to you? Do you remember what her... The reason you haven't felt blessed is because you've forgotten the true past. Auntie, you've been wallowing in memories of your imagination. A name without a past is nothing but a withered tree with no roots. It's over, Aunt.
Slowly now. Why don't you stay lying down? Oh, on second thought, this might not be the best place to Shilonen, Nechka, Napacha can already stand now, so we made our way over.
Thank you, Paimon and Mist. I'm fine, really. The real Nechka helped me just now, so it...
That's good. If you became Nechka, then this story would really become the To Kill the Brave. This isn't the place to chat.
But what about Tlasoli?
Oh, don't worry. She won't be able to cause any...
कैसे totally चलो अब कम से कम खत्म तो होने वाला है। पॉकेट में हाथ रखती है भाई ये।
All right, I've locked Auntie in the house with a few ropes. I'll take her to the tribe shortly to be punished for what she did. As for now, we can get away from the house and get some sun. after dealing with all of that, I'm...
She's already planned out everything. Shilon? It's still so scary to imagine. Tasoli wanted to turn her adopted child into Nechka, and she even nearly succeeded. Yeah, she was so cool in the final moments. She went right into action and took control of the situation.
Well, it's all thanks to Nepeka's resilience. She never gave up. If it weren't for her bravely trying to get help, then I wouldn't have noticed Auntie's plan so easily.
It was thanks to all of you encouraging me. After all, this was already the last idea. I tried to get the attention of many others who visited before, but they were all either quickly whisked away by even if I told them everything, Tlasoli would... All she had to do was start to cry, and then the guest would try to... She would inspect all the letters I sent and any gifts I received. And then, if I didn't comply, she would force me to drink. It would put me to sleep for a few days, and it would be hard for me to remember anything. I would see a lot of weird things while I slept, and the walls around me. I would be so scared every day. If I wasn't able to get your help this time,
You have us now, Nepeka. If anyone dares to hurt you again, the Traveler and Shilonen will send them...
Yeah.
You are already super brave, and you even managed to call Shilonen for help. Shilonen isn't the kind of person who gets distracted easily by crying. She pays attention when someone's talking and doesn't miss a beat.
And it was because of your help that I was able to pick up. Without you, it would have been extremely difficult for her to communicate.
खत्म हो गया आ जाओ बच्ची को भी क्लिफ पे बिठा दिया हो गया अब आएगा वो
Sully
गाना
would certainly
अरे
be more on guard if I tried to speak with her, and would probably have just kept Nepeka.
So we had a part to play too! But where did Tlasoli even get the confidence to try this scheme? When Nechka was alive, surely many tribe members would... Was she not scared that someone would realize that Nepeka...
That's certainly a possibility. The inscription she created would not only collect information related to Nechka's past, but also actively erase people's memories of Nechka. It's similar to graffiti. If you want to paint something new on a wall that has been painted before, then first you must remove the old painting.
अरे YouTube की chat delayed
It's
है
possible
थोड़ी
that I was also one of her
PUBG
targets,
Mobile
which would explain
लड़कियां
why she
अच्छी
was
हैं
so
कौन
willing
सा
to let me
anime
have
है
the central inscription.
anime नहीं है
And you still took it? If it were Paimon, she would have thrown that thing
ये
away the first
Genshin
chance she
Impact है
had.
Well,
So
डालो
you
डालो
suspected
free
her
game है
from the very beginning?
oh, no, she's my auntie after all. How could I have seen her as a villain from the start? The most I did was keep the possibility and a corresponding plan in mind, and it was just our luck that the worst case scenario. But now that I look back on it, we still managed to rescue a suffering child, even if... Anyway, I think we've just about summarized everything and praised each other enough. Everything is finally over.
So, what should I do now?
You should do whatever you like, of course. No one's going to lock you.
But everything I know is about Nechka. What she'd like to eat, which flower... I'm not her, but... I can only be like her. I don't know, Shilonen. I just don't...
Oh, don't worry, Nepeka. The Blaze Gem inscription isn't working anymore. No one...
But I no longer remember anything about myself now besides my name. I'm scared, Shilonen. What should I do?
Oh, don't cry, Nepeka. Here, take this. I took some ore from Tlasoli's collection and made this as...
A Blaze Gem inscription! You can make them...
Oh, of course not. It's just a pretty piece of stone. Take it. I've engraved your name. This is your first blessing, the one you received from a pair of people who loved you with all their heart. It has always protected you and stood over you. For all of past, present, and future, it's never strayed far.
But I don't even remember the names of my
I won't make any big promises and say everything will return to normal. I'm not sure what kind of future you will. I can only promise that no matter what the future holds, your name will never fade. This is a blessing given. You'll continue to grow and mature as your name is your starting. Remember your name and everything you've experienced, and you'll.
You can do it, Nepeka.
Thank you all.
If you really can't come up with what to do, we're from the same tribe. And until then, you can stay at my workshop. I can handle another mouth to feed. I don't know if the plan will work. I'm not well, anyway, enough about all that for now. Let me take Tlasoli back to the tribe first. Oh gosh. I nearly forgot that we haven't even had dinner yet. Oh, good. Let's go. We have a lot of work to do. We have a very busy future ahead of us.
चलो स्टोरी खत्म हो जाएगी.
And one more thing. Happy birthday, Nip.
Nice. Quest completed. इतना अच्छा लगता है ना ये देखने में. Quest completed. इलोनिन की वर्कशॉप विजिट करनी है अगले दिन. और क्या, बस 2-4 बातें होंगी तो उससे हो जाना चाहिए आई गेस.
Bring it.
शिलोनिन जा रही शिलोनिन से मिलने. ये भी ठीक.
Oh, you're here. Everything's been taken care of now. I was just... Well, the tribe is still discussing that. I mean, not many have ever used ancient names to commit a crime. Pakal will have... What I do know is that Tlasoli's workshop... And as... Oh, and... Now, once all the Blaze Gem inscriptions... Yeah, that's right. Huh. Wait, now that I think about it, in her attempt to get Nechka to come back, now Nechka really is gone, but everyone is about to remember her. She's resting in my workshop. The tribe hasn't responded yet, so I'm planning to take her in for now and teach. But that's for another time. For now, she should just rest and sleep. After all, she's got a busy future.
चलो हो गया. सारी वो हो गई. तीनों एंडिंग रीच हो गई. ये सब कब करूँगा मैं. बाद में देखते हैं इसको. अभी कुछ रहता नहीं क्या. एवेटार. अच्छा सेथ हाउस मिला ना. ठीक है. और कोई अलर्ट तो है नहीं बैग में क्या. अच्छा इसमें जो हमने अभी स्टोरी करी इसका आउटले आ गया होगा. ठीक है. नाइस. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. जाने क्यों दिल जानता है. भाई साहब 18 यानी 3 बार भी मानो तो 6 बार मुझे मतलब 6 हफ्ते मुझे गलत ड्रॉप मिला. 11 के ड्रॉप भी नहीं मिल रहे। मैं नहीं वेट कर रहा इतना, मैं चल के बुक वाली ले लाइन कर लेता हूँ।
Here comes another.
Boom! Cool it. Into the wind. All right.
What's the hurt? Dodge this.
Let the mountain's veins boil. One with nature. Oh, so sorry.
Freeze.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over. Bring it.
Gotcha.
Into the wind.
Dodge this.
Busted.
हो गया ऑल डन फॉर टुडे। अब मैं और नहीं कर सकता, हो गया। मैंने आर्कॉन भी कर दिया, रेपुटेशन क्वेस्ट भी कर दिया, अब कुछ बचा नहीं है। अब मैं जा रहा हूँ। चलो भाई, आई एंड द स्ट्रीम। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग। कल मिलते हैं। गुड नाइट, बाय बाय, टेक केयर गाइस, बाय बाय, कल मिलते हैं।